Guys, would you look at that? Obviously, this is all like steaming hot. Hey guys, welcome back to a very, very highly requested video. When I mentioned that I might do this if enough of you asked for it in a recent sit-down video, you guys have been bombarding me with comments saying, yes, do it. So we're doing it. So one of my main concerns about anyone on a low fiber diet, especially if it's a low fiber vegan diet, is that you might fall into the trap of relying on refined carbohydrates. Things like white rice and white pasta and sugary foods and, you know, just refined foods with their minerals stripped in large quantities just to give you enough calories for energy, but they're not really providing your body with the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, the essential fats, the amino acids that you need to thrive long term. So yeah, when I was designing these recipes, obviously the most important thing is that you enjoy these meals and they taste good, but all of these meals are designed with a purpose so that they give you some goodness, but they're also easier on your digestion. And we're not gonna focus too much on bulk, but we are gonna focus on good quality nutrition as much as possible. Don't worry, the meals later on are really like comforting and delicious, but we are going to be including some juices and smoothies in this video as well. And even though I'm definitely not someone that recommends people rely on juices or smoothies as, you know, a main source of calories, I think if you are someone that has digestive issues and you can't eat the amount of fruit and veggies that you need to be healthy, then we've got to do what we can do, right? You've got to make the most of the situation that you're in. It's almost like you're drinking your salads instead of eating them. So yeah, basically what you're doing is condensing huge amounts of goodness from large amounts of vegetables into one very easy to digest glass, which you can just neck in the morning, and that way you can know that even first thing or whenever you have it throughout the day, we're going to go through it in a minute, you're giving your body maximum nutrition from those greens that you can't stomach in large amounts, but you're still getting in most of the goodness, but without having to tax your digestion. See what I mean? Obviously as well, I do not eat a low fiber diet myself. I definitely promote that for normal people. I mean, whatever normal is, that you do eat, you know, predominantly whole foods, and that's how I eat too. But you know, there is a time and a place when you need to make adjustments for your health, and I certainly do not believe that the answer is avoiding the problem and going back to animal products which may have caused the problems in the first place. So whilst in this video, and I might make more if you want them as well, I am going to be presenting you with meals that are low in fiber, good for you and easy to digest. I do think that if you are having very bad digestive issues and it's a long-term thing, then that's something that you need to see a specialist about, whether that's a doctor, a dietitian, a naturopath, anyone that can do tests on your gut, and so you can work out what the root cause problem is. Your gut health is so crucial to your overall health. It really is the second brain. A lot of people that have digestive issues, whether it's IBS or just poor digestion in other ways, they often have anxiety and depression, and that's because 90% of our serotonin is produced in the gut from the endochromaffin cells. The gut is the second brain, and if there's irritation in the gut, you're gonna feel crap in the brain, and it works the other way too. So yeah, I'm just trying to emphasize how important gut health is for your overall health. Anyways, let's get into breakfast. Oh my gosh, Miles, look at all those greens. I couldn't possibly stomach and digest all of that. Well, the good news is that you don't have to. So we are going to be juicing all of these vegetables and the fruit. Here I've just got some kale, I have got some spinach, a couple of cucumbers, a head of celery, 2 green apples. I usually keep my juices all green, but I'm assuming that if you are following currently a low fiber vegan diet, then you're not eating too much whole fruit, and I don't want you to run low on vitamin C. And we're also gonna add in a little bit, not all of this, just a little bit of ginger. I 100% am adamant that you should get yourself a juicer, because you're gonna get all of the goodness from these greens, the fruit, and the ginger without taxing your digestion. So getting in a bang of nutrition first thing with a dark green juice means that later in the day you can be a lot more flexible with your meals in terms of worrying about getting in all of the minerals and vitamins that you need. You really can drink this green juice any time in the day. You can also have it with a meal, and again, you're getting in all of this goodness without your gut really having to do much work at all. So like I always say, guys, if you can't digest big salads, juice them, okay? You're still gonna get in a lot of those vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, etc. I love green juice. If you are gonna invest in a juicer, which I definitely recommend that you do, then don't run out and be an idiot like me and just get the most expensive one. I bought a stupid centrifugal one, which means that it blends, or whatever it does, it pulverizes it at a very high speed, Therefore, you have to drink the drink pretty much immediately. Definitely get a cheaper masticating juicer, which kind of, I don't know exactly what it does, but it breaks down the juice slower, and you can juice like 4 or 5 big jars and they'll stay fresh in your fridge for 3 to 4 days. And that way you'll have fresh, green, nutrient-rich juice to last you for the next few days. So what we're gonna make next is a very sweet, nutritious protein shake, which I think would do you wonders if you drank it every single morning or just at some point in the day. It's low in fiber, high in nutrients, high in flavor, tastes like you're eating a milkshake. But what you're essentially doing is getting in the full spectrum of amino acids in an easy to digest, delicious drink. Similar to the green juice, where we got in a lot of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals through the greens without having to digest them. A protein shake is a great way to ensure that you are getting all the amino acids that you need, but without having to rely on high fiber foods like beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, etc. So before we make this sweet protein shake, I just want to talk about the protein that I use. You all know that now. So this is the one I promote. It's low in fiber, but extremely good for you, very easy to digest, and that way you don't have to worry about adding other protein sources which are harder to digest like beans and lentils to your meals later on. It's a win-win situation because it tastes bloody delicious as well. So starting off with a nice squishy ripe banana. Remember, the riper they are, the easier they are to digest. The banana is optional. I just think it's good to get in another piece of fruit if you can. 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. 25 grams of protein right there. Now for a little bit more sustenance and healthy fats, I'm adding in a couple tablespoons of cashew nut butter. You can use any plant milk that you like. I personally just think that almond milk is universally digestible. And let's blend. Going for a little taste. 100% healthy, easy to digest, full of flavor. And now that you've flooded your body with maximum nutrition in the first half of the day, let's get into the real food. Alright guys, so for the next meal, we're whipping up a very delicious, nutritious and simple pasta salad. Remember, the emphasis now is on simplicity, flavor and things that are easier to digest that you can also enjoy. So in terms of bulking it up with veggies, we have got a large plate of pumpkin. Pumpkin is very, very low in fiber, yet very high in nutrition. So what we're gonna do with this pumpkin is just roast it in the oven. I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. If you wanna do it totally oil-free, that's fine, it's up to you. I just do it for a little bit more flavor. Just a smidge, little smidge. Into a hot oven, and it will be caramelized, squishy and sweet, ready to be tossed with the pasta and the other stuff. So one of the main reasons why we're adding radish to this pasta salad is because number one, radish is actually very low in fiber compared to most vegetables. It's very easy to digest, has a high water content, extrememely nourishing, and radish is also a cruciferous vegetable. So it's part of the cruciferous family like broccoli, kale, cabbage, and cruciferous vegetables have endless health properties. I'm talking anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, great for the liver, great for pretty much everything. Also, we've got some herby action going on in the salad. I have got some fresh dill. This is just to, I was gonna say spice up the pasta salad a bit. Not spice it up, but dill just gives so much delicious, pungent flavor and lots of nutrients too. And you all know how I feel about people that don't like dill. If you don't like dill, you can go fuck yourself. Look at that bright orange color. They are so sweet and caramelized as well. And the fresh dill. Little squeeze of fresh limone. Lots of flavor and vitamin C. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this salad is really nice, just doused in some sweet chili sauce. For healthy fats, you could of course use half a soft avocado. I don't have any, and anyways, even if I did, I'd still be pouring just a smidge, little drizzle of good runny Arabic tahini. You could also use a couple spoons of hummus if you find you digest that alright. Also, I know it goes against everything that I preach, but in this mix, for the sake of it being lower fiber, I have just used regular white pasta, just white wheat pasta. If you have problems with wheat, you could of course use rice pasta or any kind of gluten-free pasta. Anyways, this needs a good mix, so guys, would you look at that? Beautiful. So this is just one classic example of a very, very simple yet nutritious mix. Getting lots of flavor and goodness in from the pumpkin, which is just surprisingly low in fiber for a vegetable. I don't quite understand it. A little bit of crunch from the radish and that lovely herby hit from the dill. If there are some tender greens which you feel that you can digest well, such as romaine or arugula or spinach or whatever you want, you can always throw some greens in here. If I compare this to a pasta salad that I might usually make, I'd always use a whole grain pasta, usually chickpea pasta. I'd also add things like broccoli and kale and chickpeas and hummus and more tahini. So even though this bowl is very high in nutrients and flavor, it is extremely low in fiber for a healthy meal. And also this is something that you can meal prep when you're roasting the pumpkin or butternut squash or any other root veggie that you choose to throw in here. Make a big batch. Same with the pasta. This is absolutely delicious cold for breakfast or for lunch, and happily apply to face. So for dinner, we're making a very simple yet very flavorful potato, tofu and coconut curry. Of course, we're gonna add some gut healing anti-inflammatory spices to this as well, but first I just want to go through the basic ingredients. Usually in my coconut curries I would always use sweet potatoes because I just prefer the flavor, but white potatoes are much lower in fiber yet still very high in vitamin C and potassium and lots of other goodness. Also, I used little baby potatoes because I didn't know this until today, until I read the back of the packages, but the baby potatoes for some reason are much lower in fiber than the regular big white potatoes. I think for 100 grams of these, it was only 1.6 grams of fiber. So very easy to digest, yet very high in nutrients. I have got some firm set tofu. I'm kind of embarrassed to say firm set tofu. In the UK, we don't get proper firm tofu, but this is as firm as it's gonna get, just pressed and diced. So this is gonna bump up the protein in the curry to make it more of a complete meal. Big bowl of shrooms, love myself some shrooms, the edible kind of course. Got some finely diced white onion. You could of course use red onion as well. And then you'll need a can of chopped tomatoes and some beautiful thick creamy coconut milk. Of course, if you wanted to keep this curry low in fat for whatever reason, you could use a low fat coconut milk, or you could of course use the plant milk coconut milk, which you find in the plant milk section. That will give you the coconutty flavor, but it's just a lot lower in fat. And once we've curried this all up, we're gonna serve it over a bed of white basmati rice. I would usually always go with brown, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna use white. Beautiful. Honestly guys, the flavor of this curry mix, whenever I make curry, I always just kind of go with the flow. There's always coconut milk involved, but in regards to like the spices, the herbs, the veggies, usually I'd put a lot of greens in, like broccoli and green beans and kale. So here we have it, a very easy to digest curry. The potatoes are nice and succulent. Mushrooms are slightly caramelized because we fried them off with the water and the onions at the beginning. And the tofu has of course soaked up all of that beautiful turmeric-y, tomatoey, cinnamony, coconut flavor. I feel like tofu is just a sponge. It's just a vehicle for flavor. Just a little sprinkle of fresh parsley on top. Obviously this is all like steaming hot and nice and spiced. So what would be brilliant on here would be a dollop of cold soy yogurt or coconut yogurt, so you can add that if you want to. Anyways guys, I'm gonna go dig into this while it's still hot. All of the full recipes, ingredients and instructions will be listed down below as always. Also be sure to check the description box because there's a few things I didn't get to cover in this video which I'll just note for you down below. And as always, I'm sending you guys so much love and I'll see you on the next video.